you blah 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 blah. Today I'm gonna tell you a story. Is Cora racist to her own kind? Why did Cora have children with a white man? What is it about black men that you don't like? Because I chose a white spermatozoa to fertilize me, yeah? I'm not just going to say anything because some of the men that I love the most in this world are black men. But I've gone through shege in the hands of black men. Some of the most extreme hurts that I've ever gone through in my life have been from men, black men, my skin color men. An example will be a story I'm about to tell you. Call your brothers and sisters and get in here. This story is not for the faint-hearted, okay? Some of the most extreme hurts in my life have been meted upon me by black men. Yes, also white men. Of course, you can see what happened to me in divorce, but that is besides the case. Do you guys remember that day that I wore that black dress? When I came here and I was like happy, excited, I was going to the Grammy pre-party. Do you guys remember? Who was there? Who was here? Was anybody here? Who can remember? Just juggle your mind or scroll down my page. Scroll down. I was not going to give this story. In fact, this story was going to live and die with me. But as a singing, dancing princess from the motherland and sharing my everyday experience, I feel like I will be betraying a whole lot of you. Guys, that day, one of the most humiliating, most embarrassing things that have ever happened to me in my life happened to me. And it took me a couple of days to process it because I was like, wait, hold up. Wait a minute. Wait a goddamn minute. I went to the Grammy Next Gen party. I dressed up. I wore a beautiful black dress. I was validated by thousands of you. You look fantastic, Cora. Go kill it, Cora. You got this, Cora. You know, you guys are always there to always make me feel so beautiful and loved. We went to the party. I got there, the line to take pictures. I told you guys, I narrated it. I was like, wow, the amount of beautiful people in LA. Everybody's just trying to be famous. It's just crazy what you see outside your doors. You think you're the only one here, but boom, there's Grammy Next Gen and the entire block is lined with gorgeous people trying to get photos. I couldn't get a photo until I met this amazing photographer who took me straight to the front of the line. Some of you were upset with that, like, oh my gosh, how can you let someone make you skip the line, blah, blah, blah. Moving on. This was a beautiful photographer that I met on that day. We ended up leaving that place and going to a Davido concert. Davido was performing alongside some very top artists from different parts of the world. It was a beautiful stage. It was at the, what's in the name of this place? But it was in LA, not far away from the Grammy Next Gen party, right? I was very, very, very grateful to be able to get in without an invite because I had recognized one of the Davido's guys from Lagos and I said, hey, can you help me get in? And he just was like, yeah, sure, come in. I was like, wow, without a ticket, I got into that place with my photographer. It was an amazing night. Using Davido's, influence and, knowing that he knows me, Davido knows me. He even asked about the kids and everything. Right after the performance, right there, I was in the VIP. Do you guys remember a video where I was going with a bunch of women? There was the VIP. Cora, why are you not dating black men? I'll tell you, go and read my book to see reason number one. Because I cried like a baby. I cried like a baby. I say I cried like a freaking baby. On that day, when I went to that party with my faithful photographer friend that I made on the spot, and we entered into the place, we took amazing photos, we vibed. I turned to my left. I was in the VIP. Who did I see? You guys already guessed it. Chris Brown. Chris Brown. Oh my gosh. Me, I'm not a fan of what he did to Rihanna. So first of all, I was like, oh wow, that's Chris Brown, amazing. But I was like, oh, photo opportunity. I know if I post this one now, all my haters will say, ah, Jesus, she's chilling with Chris Brown. I was like, okay, it's a photo op. Might as well take it. Let's go. I navigate to their table. I'm right there. Are you there? Are you listening to this gist? I navigate to Chris Brown's table. I talk to him. He says, hey lady, how are you? I said, I'm fine. Can I get a photo? He tells me, you guys have heard this just before. He says, hey, I'm not taking photos right now. I'm trying to sober up. So I'm like, oh, you're good. He says, so like, give me like 5 minutes. I'm like, cool. Okay. No pressure. When he told me 5 minutes, I was like, fine. No problem. I've never seen a celebrity that has told me, I can't take right now. Give me 5 minutes. I'm like, okay. I gave him 5 minutes. I went back and tried to take a photo. As I was about to go back to take a photo, there was this particular guy. I made a video of this guy. There was this particular guy right there. I don't know if he's Chris Brown bodyguard or friend or... I know celebrities like that. They always have undercover people who are there to protect them and all of that. This guy had been staring at me. You know when you see someone staring at you, it's like boring a hole inside your skin. turned around. Okay. He's like, okay, so you gotta move though. You gotta move. I'm like, okay. Why? And I asked him, why out of everybody here are you telling me to move? This place is crowded. Why me? He stopped talking. Next thing, I'm about to take my picture with Chris Brown. You gotta move. You gotta move. I'm like, what? Very aggressive and violent. This is a black guy, by the way. Very aggressive and violent with me. I was like, holy smokes. Okay. So when he said you gotta move with that much aggression, I just moved, to my seat. I moved to my seat. I was like, okay. So I couldn't take a picture with Chris Brown. That's okay. After the show, Davido had finished performing. I was like, great performance. I don't know. Everybody started to leave the VIP as Davido left. And as Davido came off of the stage, everybody started leaving the VIP. So for me, having the experience that I've had, once you see everyone leaving the VIP, it's not like you're a groupie. But if there's an after party, this is the time where people say, oh, so we're going to go here, we're going to go there. And if you want to have another photo op, you want to be in that crowd so that you get the opportunity to hang out with these people. So everyone's leaving the VIP. I tag along and we all get outside. As soon as we go outside, Davido's like, Cora! He reaches out and gives me a handshake. As he shakes me, everybody's like, oh, okay, she's good. Davido knows her personally, And then I'm like, hey, Davido's like, how are the kids? And they said they're fine. Davido is very polite. He's a polite guy. Guys, the main gist is coming. I say, some of the biggest betrayals I've ever gotten, some of the worst hurts in my life I've ever experienced, have been from my own kind, men. And some of the most love I've also gotten is from my own kind, men. Lisa Charles, thank you for 1,000 stars. Anyway, the story continues. This is making me sad. It's still hurting me. Guys, Davido shakes my hand. At this point, it's like 1 a.m. in the morning. I'm like, whoa, it's later than I usually, ever out. But I feel safe. I feel like, okay, it's Davido's crew. Before you know it, my guy reaches out. He's like, Cora, come this way. You guys might know this guy. His name is Pesh. Great guy, amazing guy. He's been in the industry for so long. Spesh is an amazing guy. He's always looking out. It's like this way. Spesh puts me in his car. We head to the after party. Before you know it, 10 minutes drive, we are at this beautiful after party. It's a nice house. It's drinks laid out on the table. Davido, Florican, Chris Brown right there, working the room. I'm talking to girls. I'm, doing my thing. I see a beautiful dancer, like all these exotic dancers. I'm making videos with her. I'm dancing. I'm having a good time. I take a drink. And I pour myself a drink. I believe that I had been drinking. I think I was drinking. I don't know if I was drinking. It was a white liquor. It's either it was tequila or it was vodka, one of the two. So I never switch liquors. If I start with a tequila-based drink, I must continue with the tequila-based drink. Or else I will wake up with the nastiest headache. And this is what I've learned from being an artist. See? This doesn't look like a girl that plays with her health. Health is wealth for me. So I always prioritize drinking whatever I start with, and I take in moderation. Watch my drinks, and also make sure no one is, they could just, drop that little something and take you home, that sort of thing. Anyway, I was drinking a tequila, one of the white liquor-based drinks. I poured myself a drink, and I was having a great time. I was vibing. I was, there just vibing. Chris Brown was right there. I still have videos of Chris Brown right there, just like frolicking and having fun. I was having a great time. That particular man, the one that was like saying, you gotta move, that very aggressive black American guy, very, very aggressive guy. The guy was right there. He was just like on the side. I had noticed him like, I don't know you from anywhere. I don't know, maybe, but you never know. You never know with anybody. Like for me, you never know anybody that watches you and probably says something, you block them so they have a personal hate for you or something like that. You never know. I was just like, hey, I saw a bunch of Davido's people. I was just frolicking. It felt nice. It was a nice vibe in that house party. Nothing cringe, nothing. I felt so at home. After a little while, I started to feel a little woozy. Like, hey, what's going on? What's going on in my head? Woo, I don't know what's going on with Jesus. I need to sit down a little bit. As I was sitting down, I was just like, so woozy. I had to like, when you are supposed to be frolicking, Chris Brown right there. Maybe I'll go and take my picture that I wanted to take. But that guy was timing me very well. Yeah, I'll go and take my picture that I was about to take. Guys, felt so woozy, I could barely stand. I went to the bathroom. Headline tomorrow is going to be brutal. I don't care. Me, I go Soros, okay. I went to the bathroom. I put like I had my makeup on. I don't know. It was like headache and woof. Like, have you ever felt like, oh my God, what is going on? It didn't feel like tequila high. It didn't feel like, I don't know what was going on with that drink. But I'm not gonna say I was roofied because nobody was around me, you know. I was like, whoa. Whew. So I went to the bathroom. I put the toilet seat down. I sat down for a little bit. I looked at myself in the mirror. I was like, whoa, I don't understand this. So I washed my face a little bit. I had some makeup on. I had washed it and I wiped my face. I was like, okay, what's going on in my head? I put some cold water in my head to see what was going on. I did not understand what was going on with me. So I was just like, whoa, this is not alcohol. I don't know what this is, but you know, I just need to chill and I just need to catch a breath. So I wanted to just sit down for a little bit and just catch my breath. And then someone was like, hey, I want to use the bathroom. It was the only bathroom. I was like, oh my gosh. Okay, so I stood up. I had my purse, you know, that my circle purse that I always have. I had my purse and I had my, oh, I was so woozy. Oh gosh. Anyway, I came out of the bathroom and I was like, I need to sit somewhere like and figure out what's going on. There was another room. It was empty. It was absolutely empty and it was dark. So I just went in there and I was just like, whoa. I was just catching my breath, like what is going on? What is happening? I need to go back to the party, but I don't want to go back to the party. Like, I don't know what is going on with my head. Before you know it, I just raised my head up. 2 security men, big black security men, boom, just jumped back into the room. Gosh, I was shook. I was like, what the actual F? Boom. I was like, holy moly. They just were like, you gotta go. I'm like, what the guys, they yanked me up. I've never been this humiliated in my entire life. They yanked me up like, boom, you gotta go. They started pushing me out. You gotta go. I'm like, what is going on? Like, first off, you know, I was still like under the whatever was happening with my eye cleared instantly. I was like, wait, what? My bag, my jacket, everything. They just pushed me out of the party in the cold. Right there. I don't know if they noticed. Chris Brown and Davido were right there when they were pushing me out. This particular man, the one I told you had been looking at me weird, had been looking at me. That man. I have a video of him. Yanked me out of the party. You gotta go. I'm like, what? Okay, can I get my jacket? Why are you kicking me out? What are you doing in the closet? I'm like, I just wanted to sit down and just, you gotta go, man, you gotta go. I'm like, whoa, what? Black men. I was just outside in the cold with that black dress. It was freezing. And this was an LA night. It was absolutely freezing. And I was like, okay, can I get my jacket? And when they brought out my jacket, I was just like, the tears did not stop running down my cheeks. Like, it couldn't stop. I was just like, whoa. Anyway, they kicked me out of a Davido and Chris Brown party. They kicked me out. It wasn't like a subtle, oh my gosh. They pushed me. These men, like 3 men, shoved me, like boom, like, hey. Davido and Chris Brown were right there. Of all the girls in the party, they yanked me and pushed me out of the party. It took me a couple of days to like figure out what was going on. Like, I just needed to like breathe. When I came home, I was so freaking rattled. I was like, okay, so I guess maybe you can't just sit down and catch your breath, you know, you gotta go. So yeah, they pushed me. This one will make all my haters so happy. They will be laughing. Oh my God, they will be happy. You should have called the police. Call the police that they kicked me out of a party. They do that now, but I've never experienced it in my life. I've never seen anything like this. I was targeted, literally targeted, and pushed out of this party by that man. And it was cold. I was like, can I just get my jacket? So as soon as I got my jacket, I was holding only one phone. My jacket had my other phones. You know me. My jacket had my other phone and my other phones. And I was like, I have 2 other phones there. Why the fuck? They were swearing at me. They were just like, I was just like, whoa. I don't even know what this is. This is crazy. So I just took my phones. Thank God everything was intact. I took a deep breath, ordered my Uber, and I left the party. When I came here, when I was in my bed, I cried for 20 minutes, and then I went to bed. A lot of things went through my mind, like, oh my gosh, is it because I didn't go with a man? Why was I targeted by this man? Like, was it something that I did? Shouldn't I have, like, maybe I should have stayed in the bathroom. Maybe I should have, but then I thought about it and it was just me, as usual, making an excuse for men and their obnoxious behaviors and trying to see that it was something that I did. No, I was just targeted and harassed. And I was like, wow, okay. So I cried myself to sleep. I woke up and then in a jolt of like emotional outburst, I just was blocking. I blocked and I blocked and I blocked. Were you videoing inside the party? No, I didn't even ask for one photo. I hadn't even gotten my Chris Brown photo. So yeah, that made me cry.